No, not this way! Hello everyone, and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Today we are looking at the news I think we all kinda knew was going to come eventually, even if we did try and deny it could ever be possible. Sergio Perez is leaving the Racing Point team after 2020. But before we get into it, please think about subscribing. I want to hit 100 subscribers by Christmas and would really appreciate your support. With that said, sit back, relax, and let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
It has been a persistent rumour all year that Sebastian Vettel will be replacing Sergio Perez at Racing Point. But it has finally been confirmed, and I am sorry to see the Mexican driver leave. There isn't a lot of space left on the grid for next year. I presume Stroll will be joining Vettel at Aston Martin, and I can't see Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull or AlphaTauri making space for him, not even as a test driver. Alpine and Williams have already confirmed their driver lineups for next year, as have McLaren. There might be space at Alfa Romeo or Haas if their drivers are kicked out, but that is a move backwards down the grid. Although both teams would benefit from the talents of Perez, and he has links from his Sauber days with the Alfa Romeo team. I don't really want to see him that far back down the grid, but his options for 2021 are limited. Let's go back down memory lane and look back at Sergio Perez's career. He is currently enjoying his 10th year in Formula 1, and with 182 starts behind him, he is definitely one of the experienced drivers on the grid, almost a granddad compared to teammate Stroll. His first 2 years were with the Sauber team, getting a famous second place in Malaysia in 2012 when chasing down Fernando Alonso's Ferrari for the win, when he made a small mistake that halted his charge and his only potential Formula 1 win. He'd get 2 other podiums that year and showed enough potential to be given a shot at McLaren for 2013, replacing the departing Lewis Hamilton. His year with McLaren was supposed to be a step up the grid with a top team, but this was the start of McLaren's descent. His dream move quickly turned into a nightmare, a really bad one, where he turned up on race day in his underwear and everyone laughed at him, and I've shared too much information. He would do no better than a 5th place in India, would finish 11th overall, worse than his 10th place for Sauber, and was ditched by the team for 2014. He'd moved to Force India and has stuck with the team through thick and thin ever since, scoring 5 podiums over the years, and being their top driver every year except 2014, better than the likes of Nico Hülkenberg, Esteban Ocon and Lance Stroll, although Stroll is ahead of him in 2020. It looked like it was coming to an end in 2018 when the Force India team almost collapsed financially. Sergio Perez was one of the groups who took legal action against the team to stop them being wound up and disappearing forever, after which the team and their assets were purchased by Lance Stroll, who changed the name to Racing Point, and the team continued. When Lance Stroll purchased a stake in Aston Martin, it was announced that the team would race as Aston Martin in 2021. And Sergio Perez will not be a part of that change. What are my personal thoughts on the situation? It sucks. Sergio Perez had a contract to race for the team and has essentially been sacked, replaced by Sebastian Vettel, who has had more spins than a supermarket trolley in the hands of a 7-year-old child, and someone who is behind Perez in the points. 2020 hasn't been Sergio Perez's best year, and currently he is behind Lance Stroll in the points, and a 4-time former champion is good to have in the books when doing a massive brand relaunch. But Sergio Perez has been a loyal servant to the team and is just kind of being thrown in the trash. I don't know how well Sebastian Vettel will do with Aston Martin, but I don't think he'll do much better than Perez would have done. I don't know what else Sergio Perez can do if he's not staying in Formula 1. Maybe IndyCar. I think any team will be lucky to land his signature. In other news, Renault will be changing their name to Alpine for 2021, a move which is probably just a name and livery change and nothing else. They're promoting the use of the Alpine name, probably to coincide with the launch of a new car with the Alpine name. Alpine is owned by Renault, so it's not a huge change. The livery will probably be blue, not yellow, so there's that. It does mean Fernando Alonso will be returning with Alpine instead of a third go with Renault, so that's new at least. Alpine did previously have a Formula 1 car back in 1968. It had a few tests, but was scrapped because the engine was 300 horsepower slower than the Cosworth engines of the time. A fact which gives little hope to a Renault engine that produces a lot less power than the Mercedes engine, but they do seem to be improving. Alpine are more famous for their rallying success, with the A110 winning a couple of Monte Carlo rallies in the early 1970s, and Alpine won the World Rally Championship in 1973, beating Fiat by some margin. Anyway, Formula 1 is shaping up nicely for 2021. A lot of teams and drivers have been confirmed, and only 9 spots are left up for grabs. Technically, Lewis Hamilton hasn't been confirmed by Mercedes yet, but I should imagine that will be coming soon. A lot of videos are in the works for this channel, so now would be a good time to subscribe. Especially as next week is Le Mans week, so hit the subscribe button, like and share the video and leave your comments below. Thanks for watching and have a good one.